I've lived a very exciting life, but I've also been through a lot.
This has just been the most therapeutic experience of my life, just putting it all out there.
They were both crying and just so upset and angry at these places for lying to them.
So it's so upsetting.
It's so demented.
You're gonna be like, Mom, you're the original OG social media influencer. This is so unfair.
It's been 20 years to even be able to talk about it. It was just so traumatic, I didn't even want to think about it. And the past couple of years have just been so empowering, and I just feel like I finally know who I am. I know how deceptive the marketing is with these places and how they manipulate the parents just as much as they do with the children. I just wanted this for myself. I didn't want to have to deal with the media and people online talking about my son.
Paris Hilton says her heart hurts after she heard comments about son's head which were cruel and hateful, and her sister Nicky Hilton is equally annoyed. Hollywood royalty. Hotel pioneer Conrad Hilton strutted a parade of showgirls on his arm, and Zsa Zsa Gabor as his second wife. His son, Nicky, even notoriously wed and divorced Liz Taylor. Then came a fourth Hilton generation, Paris and her sister, Nicky, and set society on its ear. Planning a cosmetics line, starring in a documentary about herself, and denying tabloid tales of a romance with Leonardo DiCaprio, Paris was the very model of a hip-hop debutante. Whether it's the famous Hilton hotel brand, the OG influencer and reality star turned businesswoman Paris Hilton, or Kyle and Co. on The Real Housewives, it's hard to escape the influence and magnitude of the Hilton family empire. Let's not forget, even Kim Kardashian started off as Paris's assistant, and Paris has always been in the limelight, closely followed by her designer sister Nicky Hilton. But while Paris has remained in the limelight for one reason or another, Nicky has exuded calm confidence and designing brilliance, albeit quietly.
I vividly remember buying my first designer handbag. It was actually at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Always doing something. Like, he is so sweet and so excited. He's like, I don't want to risk not marrying you. You're going to change your mind.
I didn't have the right partner to do it with until Carter. I needed to find someone that I could trust and open my heart to.
Paris against Real Housewives.
Oh, it was me. I was like, there's no way you're doing this. Just no way.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Don't, you're gonna be great.
Lover or hater, one thing is for sure, Paris Hilton's dumb blonde party girl image initially duped us all. As of 2021, Paris's net worth is estimated to be $300 million, which means she's fast catching up to her wealthy parents. A big chunk of her income comes from her various retail businesses, which include over 50 stores and 19 product lines internationally that have generated over $4 billion in sales. Not so dumb now, is she? And while she's definitely calmed down a lot since her mid-noughties antics, alongside the likes of Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan, Paris is still a party girl at heart. The only difference is she gets paid a lot more these days. Since debuting as a DJ almost a decade ago, she has been paid up to $1 million for a single DJ set, and in 2014, she earned an impressive $2.7 million for 4 nights' work during her residency in Ibiza. Paris turned famous for nothing into an art, and she's still laughing all the way to the bank. Now, Paris's sister Nicky is a different ballgame entirely. She is a successful fashion designer, model, author, and mom of 2, and she's worked just as hard as her big sis. She's done everything from fashion and cosmetics lines to jewelry and bags, earning her an impressive $50 million on her own. But there's a twist. Nicky is probably the wealthiest Hilton, richer than all of them combined. Or at least she eventually will be, as the wife of James Rothschild from the uber-rich Rothschild dynasty, a London banking family.
It's been 20 years to even be able to talk about it. It was just so traumatic, I didn't even want to think about it. Sorry, I'm so used to playing a character that it's hard for me to be normal.
Are you happy?
Sometimes. Since my documentary, it was the first time that I really got real.
The Rothschild family had the largest private fortune in the world in the 19th century, as well as throughout history at the time. As of 2021, the net worth of James Rothschild is estimated at around $1.5 billion. So, let's be honest, Nicky really doesn't need to hustle anymore. At all. Ever. Recent trouble. There's trouble brewing in Hollywood again, and this time, Paris's infant son is at the center of it. The multi-hyphenate mom, 42, posed with son Phoenix Barron 8 months in photos on Instagram in the Big Apple as the toddler enjoyed his first ever stay in New York City. "My precious angel baby Phoenix's first time in NYC," she captioned shots of her and the infant, whom she shares with husband Carter Ruhm, sharing glances as they sat together on a white couch. While chatting exclusively with people about her upcoming Be an Icon kitchen and home collection with Walmart earlier this month, Hilton noted how the multiple roles she plays, from singer to DJ and author to businesswoman, are definitely a lot to balance. Hilton and Ruhm, 42, quietly welcomed their first child together on January 16, 2023, via surrogate. The pair, who married in late 2021, kept the news of their baby boy to themselves for over a week. Hilton later announced Phoenix's arrival 8 days after his birth on Instagram with a close-up photo of her holding his hand, writing, "You are already loved beyond words." Hilton also told people that she and Ruhm aren't alone in raising their little guy, as they have help from the Stars Are Blind singer's parents, Mom Kathy Hilton and Dad Rick Hilton.
I just feel that my life has been so public, and I just wanted something for me.
Also, just letting others know that they're not alone and feeling comfortable to tell their story. I think there's just so much power.
And the past couple of years have just been just so empowering, and I just feel like I finally know who I am.
I've lived a very exciting life, but I've also been through a lot.
Even with his name, Phoenix, I feel like this is all about transforming, and this little baby is just my everything. My heart just feels so soulful.
You're gonna be like, Mom, you're the original OG social media influencer. This is so unfair.
"My parents are just so obsessed with him," Hilton said. "I'm always calling my son and my sister, Nicky Hilton, for advice, and I'm really lucky that I'm so close with my family. So I have such a big support group." Though Paris might be in seventh heaven and under the spell of her first love, that is, since she reached motherland, some people are not impressed, and they found the worst way to express their lack of enthusiasm. On October 19, Hilton, 42, posted a series of photos of her son, whom she shares with her husband Carter Ruhm, on Instagram to mark his first trip to NYC. A TikTok user pointed out the negative response at the time. She got comments like, "Y'all, he's just got a lot on his mind, leave the kid alone," while some genuinely asked if there was something actually going on. One person even commented, "Does he have encephalitis? I'm not trying to be rude, that doesn't seem normal." One person even commented, "Does he have encephalitis? I'm not trying to be rude, that doesn't seem normal."
Together, we will share one heart, one home, and one family.
We have to be an adult and deal. We're sitting here.
We were both crying and just so upset and angry at these places for lying to them.
He's just so little. I didn't want to have him travel this far. We go to London tomorrow for the rest of the press tour.
It was just, my life was moving so fast, and I had been through so much trauma. I know how deceptive the marketing is at these places and how they manipulate the parents just as much as they do with the children.
That's literally the last thing I would want for my daughter. Being an influencer in this world, I just think it's so toxic.
11/11 is an indicator of a new beginning. It's a harbinger of a new opportunity in front of you.
Hilton expanded on her response to comments about Phoenix's head in an Instagram story post Monday. "Living life in the spotlight, comments are inevitable, but targeting my child or anyone else's for that matter is unacceptable," she began. Hilton wrote that the public's response has deeply hurt her. "This hurts my heart more deeply than words can describe. I've worked hard to cultivate an environment that is all about love, respect, and acceptance, and I expect the same in return," wrote the new mom. She added that navigating motherhood as a social media personality has put her under scrutiny. "If I don't post my baby, people assume I'm not a great mother, and if I do post him, there are some people who are cruel and hateful. I'm a proud working mom, and my baby is perfectly healthy, adorable, and angelic," Hilton wrote, adding that her son has become the biggest blessing in her life. "I've dreamt of being a mom for as long as I can remember," she explained. "Every day with him is a reminder of what truly matters."
And this is happening to hundreds of thousands of children who are still in these places right now.
So many emotions and just so many experiences that I endured and tried to forget.
I just wanted this for myself. I didn't want to have to deal with the media and people online talking about my son.
This has just been the most therapeutic experience of my life, just putting it all out there.
I also would imagine of who I wanted to be when I got out of there. So I was just always thinking,
I can't even it's hard to even think straight. I just wanted to appear and be there.
Hilton concluded, "It's hard to fathom that there are people in the world who would target such innocence. I hope that people can treat one another with more kindness and empathy." Mama Bear's sister responds. Not impressed with such blatant cruelty, Nicky has responded to the observations on her nephew harshly. Nicky Hilton thinks it's demented that people are criticizing Paris Hilton's son's appearance. "I think that if you are bullying an infant, then you have serious issues and you really take a look at yourself," the socialite, 40, told Page 6 exclusively at the Glamour magazine Women of the Year event on Tuesday night. "It's so demented."
It was terrifying. They were always forcing medication on us.
It's so upsetting.
It's so demented.
And she brought Phoenix to New York this trip. My kids have been having play dates with him every day after school.
If you are bullying an infant, then you have serious, serious issues.
Good news is everything you cook for breakfast is a child's dream. French toast.
The date should be the first thing, and then you branch out into everything.
Nicky, who has 3 kids with her husband James Rothschild. During her chat with Page 6, she shared that Phoenix had plenty of playdates with his cousins. "All the cousins were hanging out together," she added. "It was really fun. We're just planning the first trip for some of the cousins who haven't been to Disneyland over the Christmas break, so that will be really fun." She was on hand to see several female celebs honored, including Selma Blair, Brooke Shields, Mary J. Blige, Millie Bobby Brown, Quinta Brunson, Gina Rosero, and America Ferrera. That's all we have for you, folks. Join us next time.